It's the Joel Shit Show, featuring Joel Shit. Hi, welcome to the Joel Shit Show. I'm your host, Joel Shit. So yesterday I went to California Extreme, and there were many things that I had not seen before, and there were many things that were not there that I was hoping to see. But the room was the same size as last year, so obviously one had to go in hand with the other. So one of the things I saw was something called Billy Bowl. Billy Bowl, you could say, is short for billiard bowl, as in bowling. It's a Japanese game that was made in 1999, and it's scored like bowling, and instead of bowling you're shooting pool. So picture a 9-ball setup except without the last ball in the back, so 1, 2, 3, 2 in each row, and then you get a ball to shoot with. So there's 9 balls on the table, and if you make them all, like you shoot, so there's no pockets, but in the back and on the 2 sides it drops off. So if you can shoot and knock all the balls off of the green, the felt if you will, then you get a strike. Otherwise you get another ball to shoot the remaining ones in. Now the ball you're shooting, which you would think would be the cue ball, but you know, whatever, the ball you're shooting also has to fall off the side or the back in order to get a strike or a spare on the second ball. Otherwise it's an open frame. So that means you always get at least 1 ball on the first shot, because the game won't do anything if you somehow manage to shoot the cue ball and not make any in. And you can never get a 9 on the first ball, because that would be a strike. So I bowled on Billy Bowl and got 106. It gives you a printout of a scorecard, and it's actually inkjet, it's not laser, which at first seemed weird, but then I realized this was 1999, so that's something you could probably upgrade. You know, they're popular in Japan. I didn't get any strikes. I got 3 spares and 7 open frames. Where you're shooting is lower to the ground than a pool table would be, and my hands were clammy from having played all these different video games, and there was no chalk or anything for the stick, so I had many errant shots where I just couldn't get the stick lined up. I never realized how important it was to have chalk or some other drying agent around for my hands or for the stick. Not to mention the tip of the stick, but really you don't really need the tip of the stick to be that chalked up. I also watched this game called The Act, and if you go to theactgame.com you can also look at my favorites. I just favorited the trailer for that game. The game was canceled, but there are about 40 of them out there, and it's kind of like Dragon's Lair, only it doesn't suck, and it's very compelling even just to watch. And I really think if you had the money and you distributed it to bars and ultra lounges around the country, you'd make a lot of money. That's all the time we have for today. Visit us on the web at joelshitshow.com. Email Joel at joelshitshow.com.